Your Earth once enjoyed a reality in which none were born into poverty, and none went without, and none labored long and hard or uselessly, merely to survive. But then an imbalance was intentionally created by those who declare themselves your rulers. Then as humankind progressed and achieved more advancement and mastery over the earth, economic structures were put into place that ensured that, in quotes, the workers never rose to the levels of the masters, except for a few who proved themselves indispensable to maintenance of the world their masters had built. Religion and other, in quotes, educational structures were then built, to ensure that the masses were taught that it is hard work that produces your survival, and it is poverty and struggle equated with godliness and honesty that ensures your place in heaven, hence the poor but honest standard, against which the pious working classes have been judged. This was followed by instituting social, in quotes, norms such as currency as the main energy exchange, over gifts, services, objects, and use of one's own innate energy molding capabilities. That is the reason why, though you follow all the rules that they permit to be published by their publishing companies, that you feel you cannot quite crack into that particular secret treasure chest that is a confident, ongoing flow of abundance. Even when you believe you have the key, your energy is still stuck in a pattern of demonstrating lack, scarcity, loss, and limitation, even when your higher mind is enjoying the reality of abundance on every possible level. Likewise, the mental programming of your particular class and culture are also producing outer effects, just as the unseen programmed blueprint of your particular family, clan, ethnicity, and religion are likewise producing outer forms. These are actively running and determining much in your outer life, whether these are what you prefer to experience as your reality, or not. There is no good luck or bad luck. There is only energy, from which outer experience, objects, and ideas are reaped, and that energy flows in patterns, waves, holograms, and geometric forms that, far from being beyond you, are the very things you were made of. You are most certainly capable of becoming conscious enough of the law of attraction that you can ensure that it works in your favor, just as it works for the wealthy persons you describe. But you must first go to the core reality that is your vibration regarding money and abundance, and not merely expect that because your conscious mind decides it would like something, it therefore ought to appear. And the only way to reform what is subconsciously in your energy patterns, your soul imprint, and your DNA, is to work directly with those patterns. Otherwise, you are somewhat placing a band-aid on the surface of a limb that is suffering from a bad bacterial infection, and hoping for the best. An antibiotic treats an energy imbalance on a cellular level. This is what you must do to shift your vibration around money, from one of lack and loss to one of fully feeling and experiencing, in body and heart, not only the mind, the vibrant, joyful, flowing nature of abundance. Your core reality as a human race has not quite shifted yet to where you are able to allow yourselves the sort of wealth that has nothing to do with hard work and struggle or gaps in income. You are a unique and increasingly empowered light being, who has come to Earth to remember and reclaim your powerful status as one of the creators of the new Earth. Abundance for all is your new reality. Claim it, step up and grasp it in with both hands. There are no accidents. The time is now. The universe, as you have no doubt heard, is not your parent, your boss, your authority figure, your taskmaster, or your judge. The universe is you. It is your partner, your friend, your best colleague and fellow creative force, and it awaits your realization of just how powerful you are. Your voice and your words are part of your co-creator equipment, and must be treated with as much care and respect as you show sacred objects or powerful weapons. Your words, particularly, that which you write down or commit to memory and say daily, whether you read or recite, are a powerful tool that no Jedi would ever underestimate. And so, consider from now on that your voice and your words, every phrase, every sentence, however innocuous and mundane they may seem, are part of your co-creator equipment. They must be treated as carefully, as reverentially, and with as much respect and care as you have been taught to show sacred objects or powerful weapons. The first step in that understanding is to realize that everything is real, and everything is alive, that which you see, and that which you do not see. It comes once your concentration and attention and intent are consistent enough that the energy must follow universal law and manifest for you, without resistance. Concentrate on what you actually want, whether or not you believe that you deserve to have it. or that you're the type to actively co-create, has nothing whatever to do with your ability to create. This is because your ability to create is inborn. Exactly what you create depends upon what you energetically accept and project as your current reality, right in this moment. If it is experienced by you in mind and emotion as fully as that which is already around you, then it has no choice but to manifest, in one form or another. Release the need to know when or how something will manifest, for this only serves to slow the creation process. Begin with your words, your visualizations, your joyful expectation. You have simply to put forward the time and effort needed for concentration of the abilities that you now use mostly unconsciously. You are indeed the time still working out the density and drama of past lives lived on this beautiful planet, who was sunk to such degrading depth for so long. She has somehow resisted all attempts at her destruction, and is now rising to new and beautiful heights that will eventually outreach even the accomplishments and evolvement of Atlantis and Lemuria. Yet at present, you see some person suffering, whether in other countries or your own, due to hunger or illness or homelessness. They seem to suffer most from despair, and you resonate with that despair as you see them reeling from the deaths of home or loved ones. And you wonder, how does one create abundance from that place? And we would say, just exactly as you create it from where you yourself are at present. Universal laws do not change according to context. There is not a different set of requirements or ethics or actions for those in impoverished Asian or African or South American countries than there are for those in wealthier countries. There is no greater need situation, because there is no true lack anywhere. What you are viewing is apparent lack, or the appearance of need. Your earth once enjoyed a reality in which none were born into poverty, and none went without, and none labored long and hard or uselessly, merely to survive. And it shall be so again, but even better. This is the promise of the new earth, and it is up to you, your choice, in thought, word and action, and so it is.
Thank you for having watched this video. This video is part of the New Money Revolution video series, which takes you through the consciousness revolution and the monetary revolution we need to undergo to finally enjoy true freedom and abundance, true wealth, both personally as individuals and globally as the united citizens of Earth, in ways that are harmonious and healing to the planet and the environment. This series has 12 videos in total. Please make sure you watch all of them, in the right order. Thank you.
Please share these videos as far and as wide as possible. This is a consciousness revolution, first and foremost. It is a change of mind, and a change of heart. And it only works when the idea spreads far and wide. The more you share these videos, the more this new reality manifests. This is your revolution, and your participation is very important. We need at least 33 million people to watch these videos for them to reach a tipping point, critical mass, whereby these ideas begin to take a life of their own in the collective consciousness of Earth. So please do share them as much as possible, everywhere you can think of sharing them, and feel free to download your own copy, too, for offline viewing and safekeeping. Thank you.
Please help us translate the subtitles and captions for these videos into other languages. It is very easy to do, using YouTube's community translation page. We have already added the English subtitles and captions to these videos. So all you have to do is type in the translated words and the subtitles and captions, and YouTube will automatically handle all the technical stuff. It is all very easy. Simply translate the words. We have provided the translation link below in the video description. Thank you.
All these videos have been subtitled with closed captions. This makes it easier for you to follow along. To see the subtitles, please click on the CC button on the video. As more people translate these videos, the subtitles will become available in multiple languages.
To complement these videos and launch you into rapid success and a deeper understanding of the new Earth consciousness, we also have the following free, illustrated, multimedia PDFs for you. To download yours free, simply click on the Download Now Free button, and you will have instant access to them.
And if you wish to master these concepts in a fast, easy and entertaining yet enlightening way, have a look at our courses. We have 38 courses and growing, some of which are free, and some of which come with a free trial. They literally are mind-blowing, yet effective and practically useful in your life today. To start your free trial, simply click on the free trial button, and you will have instant access to them.
If you haven't watched the rest of the videos in this series, Please go ahead now, and remember to share them. Thank you very much for your time, and we wish you a very great day.